Salute, man. This is Boxer Nocturnal Thoughts. 2 quick topics and then I'm getting out y'all way, man. Happy Friday. Go enjoy your weekend. You know what I'm saying? First topic, Devin Haney against George Kambosos. I watched the press conference, man, the last press conference. And, I'll put it like this, man. Let the best man win. I kind of want Devin Haney to win, but only if it's his destiny to win. If it's not destined for him to win, then I'll be honest with you, I always felt like Devin Haney was missing just a little bit of an ingredient. I never could really put my finger on it, but it might be taking a loss that it make him a better fighter in the future. Now, before you think I'm hating on Devin Haney because he's black, I'm not picking anybody for this. I want Devin Haney to win. You know what I'm saying? I think it'd be great as far as his journey, being the youngest in the 4-belt era to become undisputed. And he did have to plot a course. He was chasing after Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? Even though people call him an email champion, he still did everything he had to do to put himself in a position to get this fight. But at the end of the day, if he beats George the Ferocious Kambosos, he'd be undisputed. But he basically is beating the man that beat the man that beat the man. You know what I'm saying? Now, in the press conference, 3 things that was said. Out of all the shit, they both had a lot of shit to say. It was formal, but just out of everything that was said, one thing that Kambosos said that I just kind of paid attention to a little bit out of all the shit he said, because he said a lot of shit too. The one thing he did say is that he manifested the things that has happened. You know what I'm saying? He manifested them into, he willed them into happening. And whenever somebody says something like that, I pay attention, because I understand what it takes to have that willpower, to have that magic, to take nothing and turn it into something. You know what I'm saying? That was important. Out of all the other shit he was saying, that caught my ear, because he really believes in this destiny thing and the way he has the ability to manifest, to bring something into fruition. Devin Haney said some things that made me more cautious. One thing he said was that we have a plan, singular. We have a plan, and I think it's going to work. I thought that was kind of odd that he said that. He also said we'll be prepared for anything, and we're ready to do this and we're ready to do that. But when he said we have a plan and I think it'll work, that caught my attention. Another thing he said that caught my attention was that this is a dream come true, but it is happening earlier than I thought it would, but I'm ready. That kind of perked my ears up too, where he said this is happening earlier than I thought it would. Now, I watched the interview with Jeff Mayweather, and some of the things he said just kind of parallel with what I've been thinking too, kind of confirmed some things I've been thinking. Like, this would be a close fight for Devin Haney with Kambosos in Australia or in America. This would be a little bit of a tough fight for Devin Haney with or without Bill Haney. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I want Devin Haney to have a spectacular fight and pull it off and bring that belt, bring those belts back home and be a champion. Be the first crowned champion in his weight division at the 4-belt era. Be that young, undisputed, no franchise conversation. But I'm not gonna lie, I have a lot of cause for concern, and I just see this being a tough, not a tough fight, but I see this being a fight that Devin Haney might edge, might win, but not do enough to take the belts from a champion in his backyard. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below. It's some more other things I'm thinking about when it comes to Devin Haney in this situation. But I don't want to go too deep into it and stretch this video out too long. Because the other thing I did want to talk about was Gervonta Tank Davis. Stephen A. Smith said he was pound for pound top 5 after he beat Rolly Romero. And of course, most boxing pundits, we boxing heads and boxologists and boxing historians, they like, man, Rolly Romero, that wasn't no championship fight. That was no high caliber, high skilled level opponent. You know, that was a showcase performance. That was custom made. That was a promoter's dream. Why is Tank Davis getting these accolades for beating Rolly Romero? Top 5 pound for pound? Where's the accolades? Where's the belts? Where's the championships? Where's the, you know, first of all, I got to say this. Pound for pound list, like I said before, is fantasy. It's subjective and it's fantasy island. You really don't have no set criteria. Everybody got their own little subjective opinions. You could be based off of the dude being small, or the dude being multiple weight division champions, or the dude knocking people out, or dude got a nice haircut, or you could be if he just your favorite fighter, or you seen his journey and you seen what happened to his life and his past, and maybe like some people heart really went out to Caleb Plant because the situation where he lost his daughter and now he's their favorite fighter, and it really don't have nothing to do with what somebody else like. Some people don't. Canelo is pound for pound number 1 on a lot of people's pound for pound list. He loses by Bivol, he drops down. But some people who I really respect never had Canelo on their pound for pound at all because of clenbuterol, because of weight draining, or because of rehydration, or because of skipping around multiple classes and not fighting, Charlos and Andrade and Benavidez. So the list is subjective, but I put it like this. Gervonta Tank Davis right now, what he's showing is the ability to do what's the exception that some people aren't able to do. That's to cross over and to transcend the sport. And when you transcend the sport, you jump over a lot of the other boxing accolades, like collecting belts. You know what I'm saying? Like if Devin Haney becomes undisputed, I'm going to put him higher than Tank Davis on the pound for pound list. But still, Gervonta Tank Davis will be very close and maybe 1 or 2 fights away from leapfrogging that, because Gervonta Tank Davis is showing such a star power. It's like anybody can see right now that Gervonta Tank Davis is very close to being like one of the faces of boxing, bar none. To you have Canelo, AJ, Errol Spence, Gervonta Tank Davis. You know what I'm saying? And Gervonta Tank Davis has more star power than, to me, even though Errol Spence is Gervonta Tank Davis has more crossover, more transcending ability than Anthony Joshua, Terrence Bud Crawford, Errol Spence, Josh Taylor, Claressa Shields, Danita was the Monster Inoue, Shakur Stevenson, all those guys. Tank has that it factor, star power situation where once he really becomes a household name, he's going to be a whole different like genre all to himself, where some people, he'll be famous and some people won't even know him as a boxer. It'll just be like Mike Tyson. We knew Mike Tyson was knocking people out, but we had Mike Tyson Punch Out, the video game. It was like he became, when you transcend the sport, when you transcend whatever thing you recognize for, like when Tupac transcends hip hop, you know what I'm saying? Michael Jackson transcends pop. Jordan transcends basketball. Mike Tyson transcends boxing. Muhammad Ali transcended the sport of boxing. Elvis transcended rock and roll. I mean, when you have an iconic type of it factor, you transcend whatever you are known for doing, but then you transcend it, you become like a culture, iconic, cult of personality. When you have that, then the pound for pound list, you can jump all across people that's collecting belts and beating champions. In my humble opinion, right now he's not my top 5 for 5, but he's very top pound for pound 5. He's not in our top 5, but he's close enough to where it's only a matter of time. 1 fight away, 2 fights away. If he fight Isaac Cruz, and he'll win that fight, and then if he gets the winner between Kambosos and Haney, and he gets the belts, it's over. It'll be him between Errol Spence and Gervonta Tank Davis, and they might be in Charlo. They'll be putting boxing on a whole nother level. Period, point blank. That's how I see it. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below. What do y'all think about Devin Haney versus Kambosos? Like I said, I want him to win, but I think he's going to come close to greatness. He's going to come right up close to greatness and just come just a little bit short. And honestly, I think if he loses, it'll be one to grow on. If he wins, I take my hat off to him, and I think he'll be a great champion. You dig? Period, point blank. And Gervonta Tank Davis, pound for pound, top 5. It's fantasy, it's subjective. It can be what you want it to be. He's not my top 5, but he's damn near going to transcend the whole pound for pound list if he keeps going at the rate he's going. I mean, the man got Madonna coming to his fights. You know what I'm saying? He had Rolando Romero feeling like a virgin, touched by the very first time. Salute, man.